I would give Paulo Bernardo a run out from the start on Wednesday night. I thought he was great when he came on at the weekend. Arnie Engels, I think you can see there's a class player there, and he's a big boy, and his physicality's needed at times. But I just think Bernardo, McCowan, they must be really close to getting in the starting 11.
I think Bernardo, it must be getting. He is banging the door now. I mean, I think Arnie Engels, I don't think it was great at Tynecastle on Saturday night. Another one of these games, there are a few games in Scotland that he almost looks like he's a little bit kind of dazed, like, what the hell is going on here? I mean, it's like fast, frantic, there's folk flying to tackles, he's got Cammy Devlin biting at his heels, Benny Meningame snapping at the other heel, and it looks like a guy going, like, kind of like, this is mayhem. And he likes it a bit. He likes a bit more time and a bit more grace about his play, but it's a bit more physical. I think that kind of game. There's been a few like that when he's been almost kind of a bit swept along in the madness. Bernardo's got a year on his belt and knows what it's all about. He was good coming from the bench. Hearts were tiring at the time a wee bit. You could tell they were starting to feel the pace of the way they pressed and intensity they had. So it's a wee bit easier for him to do that, but. Bernardo, every time he's played in the last this season and the end of last season, he's really impressed. It's getting to a point, it must be a toss-up now between the two of them to play Wednesday night. The only thing is, I think Engels is better equipped for the Champions League than he is sometimes for Scotland. Because it isn't as crazy, it isn't as frantic, it isn't as Wild West as it is in the Champions League. You have a wee bit more time on the ball in terms of the teams are waiting to pressure at different times. I think he might be suited more for that environment than your regular run-of-the-mill Blood and Thunder Scottish games. So I suspect he might get the nod again. I thought Engels was really good. The Bratislava game was early in his career. I thought he was terrific that night. I mean, a class act, and I think he is a good player. You can tell there's a player there. I said occasionally in Scotland he gets swept up in the madness. But I think he's still just shading it in terms of the European games. But I don't think anyone would complain, in terms of Celtic fans would complain if Bernardo got the nod. And I think he would do a really good job. But I also think he's a good option from the bench as well, Bernardo. I think he is a guy who can put a foot in the ball, he can make a break in behind the defences. He can spot a pass. He's a great option to have. I mean, it's Celtic fans. It's the diamond shoes are too tight. It's a lot of good options there. Do you know what I mean? It's not anything to moan about. That's for sure. Yeah, either or can do a job.
It's Scott. If I put you in Brendan Rodgers' shoes as well, Adamida or
Scott couldn't afford Brendan Rodgers' shoes. He's all
the Tom Fords, aye.
Soulless.
Maybe Scott could. I couldn't. I can't. I've got my Sports Direct. You've got your Tom Fords.
No, I was Kyogo or Ida. Who would you go with?
It's a difficult one. Two very different strikers, aren't they? But Kyogo, I just think with his movement and his eye for goal, I would edge towards Kyogo. But I mean, Adamida will come on later on. You know what I mean? Add something different, and you know what I mean, and a different threat to the Club Brugge ones. It's two very good options to have. You know what I mean? But both guys, I mean, Kyogo's probably more informed in terms of goals, but two very excellent options, isn't it? You know what I mean? But Kyogo's, he seems to have got his eye in at this level, and he looks a class act.
Do you go along with that, Mick? Do you think it will be Kyogo from the start?
Yeah, I just think the way Celtic play, and I think they will try and be kind of smart with their pressing. Because I tend to agree with Scott that Bruges aren't quite as strong as likes of Leipzig or Atalanta. And so if Celtic do think they can get at them, they might try and press them high at the pitch and get at them a bit like they did against Leipzig. And that's Kyogo's job. And a lot of what he does. I mean, I think at Tynecastle on Saturday actually had about 6 touches in the first half. They'd one after half time, and his 8th one was the back of the net. And that's just the kind of guy he is. But he does a lot of work rate, and he harasses defenders. That's not me. He can do that as well, but it's not quite his kind of game. But no, Kyogo is vital to the way Celtic play, and he also gives them that quickness of thought and turn of pace and that play in the shoulder. In the Champions League, that's perfect because it's not quite the same game. You're not playing against 10 guys behind the ball.